And we start in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome, you big bloody beautiful legends. Back at it again. Hey, what it do? A lot of people told me last time you said, hey, what it do? It sounded like the Snoop Dogg thing. Hey, what it do? It's your boy Snoop Dogg. Yeah, man, I mean, ठीक है वो भी चलता है मतलब ऐसा अपना खुद का आइडेंटिटी है बट ओके I'll take being compared to Snoop Dogg as a compliment I guess like a lot of people will say bro it's more the dog factor DAWG types. No, it's actually the Snoop, more like Snoopy. Bro, what if it is, I don't know, is it a thing, Snoop Dogg and Snoopy because Snoopy was a dog? Tell me bro if you know. Like, is it a part of pop culture? I have no idea about. Maybe. By the way, it's episode 15. Pandera. I was going to say Pannas, but that's 50 in Marathi, and I just corrected myself. Yeah. I'm a smart guy. I'm sharp like that. Samajh raha ki nahi samajh? But no, anyway, episode 15, man. I think I've recorded like about 35, 45 episodes till now. I don't know. I'll count once. Let's see. Like, let's see how many I have. I'll count and tell you all, man. Like, if anyone has a rough idea, please tell me. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the scene is. It's a good measure, man. 15 shit talk episodes. I can't fucking believe that for 15 episodes I've sat in front of a fucking computer screen and spoken complete garbage. Like, that's the level I am at. Like, that doesn't say, like, a lot of people told me, like, Karan, dude, how do you come up with so much material? I'm like, bro, how do you not? Like, how do you not have so many things you are irritated with in life that you want to rant? This is basically a video log for me, which I am downloading all my insecurities and problems and thoughts that I do not want to deal with myself onto this podcast. That's what a smart man does. That's what a real smart man does. He downloads his insecurities onto anybody that listens to him for once. But point being, yeah, man, 15 episodes is a good idea. Dude, I was thinking about it the other day. Other day being today itself. Aaj main matlab, like, I was thinking, nightclubs and all are shutting. And there's not much, there's not much to do anymore. And like, it's like, you know what it's like? It's like Uddhav Thackeray gave us a little bit of a candy. Like, थोड़ा ले नहीं पूरा candy नहीं दे रहा मैं. I'm not giving you the whole thing. I'm just letting you like take a nibble on it and then fuck off. But I guess come on, man. Like, somewhere okay, I'll tell you what. Through the lockdown, I was hoping, like, at one point I stopped caring. I was like, fuck it, bro. Like, people are stupid if they don't, like, realize that you have to stay at home, and the ones who are sick should stay at home, and the others should, like, do whatever the fuck they want. Sorry, man. I didn't sneeze because I have COVID. I sneezed because fucking AC का temperature 16 पे था 20 मिनट से. And I was ठिठुर. I wasn't even, there's a difference between shivering and ठिठुरोफying. Like, I don't know if it makes sense. मैं ठिठुर रहा था. Why is it heavier? Like, why are certain Hindi words like heavier? Like, I don't get it. Ah, fuck. I want to sneeze again, mate. I promise it's not COVID, man. I promise that. I guarantee it. I mean, anyway, what y'all will fucking catch it through? Y'all will catch it through the fucking audio or what? No chance, bro. Video, maybe. Like, it's a thing, right? When you see other people yawn, you yawn yourself. It works with dogs as well. I don't know what it is. So I figured out, okay, yawning is actually your brain lacking oxygen, and your brain is trying to, like, it's overheated. This is a crazy thing. You yawn because your brain has heated too much. Your brain is like completely fried. Like, you know what, frying your brain, the term. It's actually that. So when your head gets too hot and all, because dude, you will be, this is a fucking, follow with me, okay? Like, be with me on this one. Your brain decides to, like any car, if you overheat it, it stops working properly, right? Like any machine, if you work it too much, it heats up. There is a good chance that it blasts, whatever, it stops working, it stops functioning, it, like, electricity ज़्यादा आ गया, सर्किट ब्रेकर, मिनिएचर सर्किट ब्रेकर रहता है अपने पास, लाइक शॉर्ट हो जाता है. दैट्स व्हाट इट मीन्स, राइट? लाइक इट्स अ एमसीबी, मिनिएचर सर्किट, mini circuit, I don't know what it is, like miniature circuit breaker as per my knowledge. So what happens is with your brain when it overheats, like imagine it's a machine, okay, imagine it's an engine. If you overheat that engine, what your brain decides to do is yawn. So what you do is that yawning thing, sorry man, yeah, when you yawn, you're taking in a lot of air, right? That's because your brain is saying that, okay, although you're breathing regularly, I need a lot more oxygen right now to cool myself down. So that oxygen, like your brain needs more. One of the functions of oxygen is to keep, like, it's weird, but it cools down. Like more circulation is bad for your brain, right? If you keep pumping in a lot of blood in your brain, that's what happens with blood pressure, right? Fucking nas fat jata hai, that concept, right? Sir mein, you fucking lose it in your brain. Like you lose it because you've been too stressed and all, and you got start getting like brain problems. Like you blast a fucking artery or something in your brain because of the amount of extra blood that's flowing. What yawning does is it provides oxygen to your brain to cool it down. That's crazy. I don't know why it's contagious. Like I don't understand that. I don't know yet. I'll fucking YouTube it. I mean, whatever. But basically, you're yawning because your brain wants to cool the fuck down, and it's like that's why you, when you haven't slept enough, you'll yawn because your brain has churned too much. Another fucking cool fact I'll tell you: when you drink and all and you sleep, if you're, see, okay, there's two types of sleeping. One is regular sleeping and the other is aided sleeping. So when you have aided sleeping, you won't dream that much. You will every now and then, but if you are hammered and you go to sleep, like if you're drunk, if you're too much, like if you smoke a lot of weed, if you, I've never done drugs and slept, so I don't know what that is, but if you, like alcohol and weed, if you smoke a lot or you drink a lot and you go to sleep, that's your body shutting down. It's not sleeping, there's a difference. Your body is shutting down. So the idea is that when you get that kind of sleep, it's not dream sleep. And the longer you don't get that kind of sleep, why do alcoholics become crazy, or like people who are always using pot as a sleeping aid, they kind of start losing it a little bit. They start like hallucinating through the day. This is not like one person who's done it for every 365 days. No, it's like over 5 years, 4 years. If you're like constantly every alternate day, every day or something, if you're using marijuana or alcohol, you're not gonna get enough dream sleep, and that lack of dream sleep is gonna cause you. So your brain goes like, you know what? You're not letting me have dream sleep. Like you're not letting me sleep in a way that I want. You're forcing me to shut down. So I'm gonna say fuck you. Your brain says go fuck yourself. Now I am going to get that dreaming factor. Like your frontal cortex is the one that um, regulates logic, right? So as neural activities has been studied, your frontal cortex shuts down when you sleep. Like it's weird, like the parts of the brain that are active are the ones which are controlling imagination and thought, like not processing creation. Like the part of the brain that is alive while you sleep is the one that is all your imaginations and your creativity and all. The one that gets active is that part of the brain. And so this is a crazy analogy, okay? But if anybody who studied psychology knows what id, ego, super ego is, right? So Freud came up with this concept that id is your inner desire. So you want to go fuck in the streets, or you want to fuck everybody that you see, but that's your id. You want to fucking do all the wild shit in life. Your id says you want to eat everything that you see and all. But your super ego is the one that like says that, okay, this is not morally correct, meaning like it tells your id that, yo buddy, you cannot go and rape somebody or whatever. Like that's a heavy scene, but as a control measure or whatever, like a Best example is that, like, you want to, let's say, have sex with a 3-year-old. Your id might say you want to do that, but your super ego will say go fuck yourself, you're not doing that. That is not morally correct. So that is your moral compass, right? Your super ego is your entire moral compass, and it tells your id that this is not cool, and the ego is the one that balances the two and like gains the knowledge from exterior world and ensures that the super ego and the id are fed. So similarly, your frontal cortex is like the logical reasoning one. Now I don't know if I would personally call it, like, I would call it the ego and the super ego ka blend. Like, according to me, I don't know if there are already theories about it. If there are, somebody, if anybody who's listening to it, and if you know what those theories are, then like tell me, bro. But this is like something I came up with. So if it's already done, then maybe I've heard it somewhere. But as per my knowledge, it's an original thought. Your brain is composed of your frontal cortex and other cortexes as well, and like your hindbrain, midbrain, whatever, blah blah blah. And this is not an anatomy or a fucking brain biology class, so I'll spare you the details. So your frontal cortex is the one that controls all the logic, right? That is asleep. So when you're dreaming, imagine the wildest shit happens, right? In your dream, like, you would be, some people are flying, some people are fucking shooting missiles at others, and like what all is happening in your dream, you can't even imagine, right? Like, I have repetitive dreams of me being naked. Weird, very weird. One of my most recurring dreams is that I've been in school, I'm naked, and everybody's looking at me in some other place. It's very odd. Or I've been in a fucking war, like military or some shit like that. I don't know. It's odd. So if someone has an analogy, please let me know. But yeah, that's the idea. So when you're sleeping, you allow the id to run wild. And if you do not, that's your creative side, right? Like, whatever you want to think of or do or imagine, your id is that part. Let's say in your brain there is a part like that. Your dream sleeping ensures that that is fed, that id is fed. That's what your dream sleep ensures. And the brain is the okay, I'll tell you, frontal cortex is the super ego. Your brain, all in all, is the ego, and the id is your imagination parts, like the parts of the brain that imagine shit. Let's say that's the case, right? All these things combined, brain being the ego, super ego being the frontal cortex, and your id being the imagination parts. Your super ego is asleep, and your brain lets the id run wild. Like, the imaginations run fucking wild. Do whatever you want. And if you stop your brain from doing that every night by drinking yourself into a fucking coma, or like smoking a lot of weed, all that. I don't know about other drugs, which is I'm not mentioning them. But all throughout, if you keep doing that, your brain is gonna be like, you know what, you didn't let me feed the id, now the id is gonna take over, and you're just gonna think stupid shit. And people start hallucinating, people start like fucking going crazy. And there's like legit research. So yeah, that's the fucking idea, bro. Like, it's odd, but it is what it is. I don't know. But on that note, I'm gonna fucking end this podcast because it was a informative one, but kinda nothing gotten out of it. I hope and someone got out of it. I like to talk. But yeah, go follow me on Instagram. Go check out the other podcasts, and message me if you have any theories like this. Please, I would really like to, like. There's not even a tactic to like get you all to, like, follow the podcast. I genuinely, even if you don't listen to one ever again, if you listen to this one, message me. I wanna like see what theories you have in your head. Like, I would appreciate that. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.